Hello and welcome again. Today I am going to be having a look at these. The Derwent watercolour paint pan set. They've got a 12 set and a 24 set. So I ordered the 24 set. And so these are watercolour. They are not the inktense, which I think I've got some somewhere here. So these are the Graffy tints, but some of you will know that this is the kind of format for the Derwent Inktense paint pans. It's not the same thing. These are actually watercolour, not ink. So let us pull this out. You will notice that I had already pulled it out, and I've cut out the colours on the back. I will just show you. So if we open this up, that's the little card I've cut out from the back. It actually has a little picture of scissors showing you that you can cut that out. That way you've got a note of the colours that are in this set. I need some scissors because this has got a film protecting it, which we need to, there we go, remove. Let's put my scissors back, put that in the bin. Right, so we have got 24 colours to test out. They look much like the Inktense paint pans, but we will see. I've got my little mixing dish so that we can mix a few colours later, but I've already laid them out on here to test them out, so I'm hoping that that will be all right. I'm going to compare them to, so this is set 1 and set 2 of the Derwent Inktense paint pans, or you can now get them as a set of 24, I believe. So I'm going to be comparing it to these that I've already swatched out in this previous sketchbook where I keep a note of everything that I've got. So that's what I'm going to be comparing it to, but I will move that out of the way for the moment so that we have got, and I move that out of the way because we're not mixing just yet. And that way I can, there we go, hopefully get them all in on one screen. So we're starting off with lemon yellow. And I haven't pre-wet these. We'll see how we go. So lemon yellow, which looks like a really nice bright yellow. And then deep cadmium, this is called. I'm guessing they mean deep cadmium yellow. They're quite creamy. Okay. And then we'll just let that water down a bit at the bottom. Mango is definitely one of the colours in set 1 of the Inktense paint pans. There we go. Then we have got orange. Now, nice colours. Just let that water down a little bit, followed by poppy red, which is also an Inktense colour. A little bit more water into there. And what's this? Madder Carmine. Followed by magenta. No, there isn't a magenta. There's a fuchsia in the Inktense paint pans, but not a magenta. That's very pretty. Dark violet. That's a nice colour. Amethyst. So these are, apart from a few so far, these are different colours to the Inktense paint pans. Ultramarine. Is there an ultramarine? There is a, well, there's a mid ultramarine and a French ultramarine in the Inktense paint pans. There we go. Now this one is called Spectrum Blue. Reminds me a little bit of a cerulean, maybe. A little bit like a cerulean blue. And then we've got Kingfisher Blue. That's pretty. Oh dear, are you going to bleed in? You are. Hold on. Let's just... There we go. There is our Kingfisher Blue. What have we got next? Jade Green. So these are re-wetting pretty well. Bottle Green. It's a pretty set of colours, actually. Emerald Green. You got a good 3 decent blues, 3 decent reds, 3 decent yellows. And then we've got, gosh, there's 5 greens in here. There's emerald green. Then we've got grass green. Oh, that's a good spring green colour. Olive green. So none of them are the same colours, if you see what I mean. They are all different colours. They're not too alike. Raw sienna. That's very nice. This is called Copper Beach. Now that rings a bell. Copper Beach. Maybe it's one of the colours in a different set. It's not in the Inktense set of 24. That's nice. Terracotta. And chocolate. Yep, that's a lovely chocolate colour. Payne's Grey. Oh, I'm impressed. That is a nice blue grey. Sometimes they don't have enough blue in for me. But that's a very nice Payne's Grey. Followed by Ivory Black. And then you're not going to be able to see this really, but this is Chinese White. And I said this when I reviewed the Pebeo watercolours. Chinese White is really for mixing. It's not really for anything else. Okay, I'm going to dry those and bring them up closer for you to see. All right then, so they're almost dry. There we have our colours and all of their names, and there's some quite nice kind of little granulation things going on in some of them, which I'm hoping you can see. But I think that's rather a nice set of colours, very useful colours. Let's just try doing a little bit of mixing. So I did say that the Chinese White is for mixing. So let's take our poppy red and a little bit of Chinese White, maybe a bit more Chinese White. And then you can see you get this nice delicate pink colour. So that was the poppy red with the white. What have we got going on there? A bubble or something. There we go. What could be interesting to mix? Let's mix the chocolate with the ultramarine. That's the ultramarine. Oh yes. So now we get a very nice grey, a different grey to the Payne's Grey. Let's mix. I want to see if I can get almost like a buff titanium. Let's mix the raw sienna with the Chinese white. Well, it's not really buff titanium. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It would probably pass for. Right. What else do we want to have a go at mixing? Let's do the violet with the yellow and see if we get a different kind of grey. That violet is very pigmented. So let's mix you with, oh no, actually, look, we get, well, kind of an olivey brown, I suppose. What happens if I add a bit more purple? No. Okay, so we've got a brown, we didn't get a grey. Let's try mixing our kingfisher. I mean, you can play like this all day, can't you? And we'll mix it with the, what they're calling deep cadmium. Slightly different green again. What about magenta? And ultramarine. Ooh. That gives us a nice colour. It's like a bluey purple colour. And I guess if we want to get more of an indigo, if we take our, let's just wipe a bit of this as I've got a bit of space. Like so. If we take our ultramarine and we add some of the ivory black. Yeah. Then that gives us quite a nice indigo colour, which is rather nice. What else might we want to mix? Let's take the orange. Orange and green make brown. Let's take the olive green. We definitely get brown. We get a slightly different brown there. Might be quite nice to see Let's take the amethyst. And some of the Chinese white. Get more than that. So your Chinese white will definitely give you some nice pastels, basically. Anyway, I think you get the idea. If I compare them to, let me move my sponge out of the way. Let's move that one up and move this one in, because we're only looking at these 12. They are definitely behaving like watercolors more than inks. These are quite flat now, you know, because they're dried. These have got some nice a few little bits of granulation, and obviously there's some cauliflower things that have gone on where I've put some water at the bottom, so I can see that these are behaving well. They say they're watercolors, so I don't know whether it says that they are. What does it say? Derwent watercolor paints have been expertly formulated with fine art quality ingredients and light fast pigments. Light fast. To deliver an ultra smooth translucent wash. Each color is highly pigmented and behaves consistently for ease of use. Well, they are light fast. I was going to say, I wonder if they're light fast, but it doesn't give you anywhere any information on pigments that have been used in them. I shall try and look on their website and see if there is any information, and I'll put it in the description below if I can find it. So there we go. Watercolor paint pan set, not Inktense, although, you know, it is, they do look the kind of same really, but you do get the water brush. You've got quite a lot of mixing area, and then you can cut this little piece of card out and you've got a record of what all the colors are. Saves you having to do a little swatch to put in your palette. So what are my impressions? Let me just try. I need a bigger brush. Well, let's go big. I just want to see what happens if we are let's say we're doing a bit of, oh, they do, no, they are. I kind of wondered whether they definitely work quite differently to the Inktense paint pans. So I think that's quite good to know. In fact, if I bring this up, I'm hoping you can see the kind of colour separation there going on. So it is quite interesting. I'm just trying to see if they're acting any differently to my watercolours, but yeah, that's okay. Actually, I'm quite liking them. Quite a nice little set to take out. Quite neat. Like the fact that you've got plenty of mixing space, and that you've also, you know, you've got this neat little card. So there we go. Your Derwent watercolour paint pan set. I think this was something like £27.95, something like that. Don't quote me. I will put a link to it below anyway. I got mine from Amazon. So there we go. Maybe that's something that you would like to try out for yourselves. I'm pretty impressed, actually. Well done, Derwent. I was expecting them to be too much like the Inktense paint pans, but they're not. The watercolour paint pans are definitely watercolour, and they work like watercolour. So there we go. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the time is for you. And sorry about the coughing. I will see you again next time, hopefully. Until then, take care, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe if you can. I'm so grateful if you subscribe. It really is helpful. So yes, see you next time. Bye.